never seen this happen here. You always get the best qualities. You never seen it coming here. And never seen the brightest days. You came to the right place for greatest news about anime and old shows of classic culture. You
All
will
right.
see the
Okay.
day you will come in great
All right.
stands.
Fucking enough.
We never stop. You can't stop me.
Enough.
I am the best here in all the ancient seas. We never stop this greater power. You cannot stop me from singing power. Chicken
You
nuggets,
done?
we get it all done. I'm gonna get that chicken nugget sauce because it's super delicious. Okay, I'm done now.
All right.
I just have a mental singing phase. Sorry, guys. I had to get it out of my system, or I'm going to be singing during the whole entire podcast. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, good.
If you don't, leave in the comments down below that you're a piece of shit.
Well, good, because we got some...
Please don't. My heart can't handle the comments.
Car.
Please be nice.
Car.
Car? What's a car?
Car. Just make sure if you hear like a car, make sure to pause so it doesn't ruin the audio.
Don't worry. Windows closed.
Okay.
Massive up.
All right. So before we get started with our television show today, we just got a couple bits of movie news. So
Oh my God.
have you seen the last trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever?
Yes, I have seen
You've
it.
seen it.
Yes,
Good.
I have.
What'd you think of it?
Oh, it's so awesome! I don't know if anyone else sees it, but I really like that character being the Black Panther.
His sister?
Yeah, I was trying not to ruin it if no one has seen the trailer, but all right. Yeah, I was so like happy that she became the Black Panther because literally in the comics, when T'Challa died in the comics, she took over the role of Black Panther. So I was so happy that they actually copied the comics into this movie. I was so happy.
Well, it makes sense because she would be the next in line because.
Well, yeah, she is the sister of the king.
Yeah, and so and also that the other guy can't be Black Panther because he got fucking murdered in the last movie.
Ah, yes, him.
The Killmonger.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He could. Well, there is a What If series out there. If he would have became Black Panther.
Yeah, but I don't think that's canon.
Well, technically, they said it's somewhat canon in that universe.
Well, if it's like a multiverse thing, like Spider-Verse or
it is, yeah.
like Spider-Verse or Doctor Strange. Also,
have you seen the What Ifs by chance?
No, I haven't seen the What Ifs. I also haven't seen that Star Wars anime that they released last year. I gotta watch it.
I have not seen that neither. I'm actually interested.
We should probably do that like an episode, like the Star Wars anime and the Marvel What If, because I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, I'm actually
I'll be
interested.
Oh, and fun fact about Marvel What If, they did a Black Panther episode, and Chadwick Boseman, the actor for Black Panther, that was his last time playing Black Panther before his untimely death.
Really?
Yeah, that was the last time he got to portray T'Challa.
Oh, that's sad.
But I'll be just my biggest interest with this new Black Panther movie is how they will handle T'Challa's death. Because I think what they're heavily implying is that T'Challa might have died in battle, because I don't think they're gonna do it like as if T'Challa got a disease or something like that, because I think that would be a little bit distasteful, because the real life actor Chadwick Boseman, he died of cancer, so if they make it like a disease, that'll be a little bit distasteful. So I think they're really implying that T'Challa died in battle, and I think the conflict of the movie is going to be the Wakandans or the people of Wakanda versus the Atlantic people, because the main conflict is going to be sort of like the Atlantans led by the Submariner, which is Marvel's version of Aquaman, and it's going to be them versus the Wakandans. And some people speculate that the true villain of this movie might be Doctor Doom, but there really isn't anything that's been released out confirming that Doctor Doom is in this movie. But we'll wait to see.
On that topic, in the comics, I had done research on the comics. So with the whole oceanic thing,
Mm-hmm.
that in the comics, Doctor Doom was the one who started that conflict.
Mm-hmm.
How when the Wakandans and the Oceanics had that battle, Doctor Doom was the one who triggered that happening.
Yeah, we'll
So
see.
I don't know how the MCU is gonna deal with that
Yeah. Well,
because
because
Doctor Doom was the
yeah.
one who took offense of it. So sorry. Go
Because
ahead.
well, the MCU already has a Fantastic Four movie planned within the next 5 years. So they're probably starting to lay down the seeds for that Fantastic Four movie. But also interesting enough, that Fantastic Four movie. Do you know who was supposed to direct the Fantastic Four movie originally?
Who?
Well, his name is John Watts, who is responsible for directing the three Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. But
Mm.
unfortunately, he dropped out of the project, I guess, due to creative differences. And also another Marvel project that lost its director is the new Blade, starring Mahershala Ali. So the Blade movie, unfortunately, I think is going to be delayed because it lost its director.
I see.
But back on Wakanda Forever, I'm really interested to see how they're gonna handle the Atlantis, because the Submariner, a lot of his design is based on like Mayan and Aztec influence. It's influenced by that culture, and also the actor who's playing him, I believe, is a Latino actor. So they're pushing kind of like very kind of like Central American influence type character. So, what do you think of the Submariner potentially being like a Latino character?
I'm okay with it, to be honest.
I am too, because the MCU does not have like
No, they do
a
not.
lot of like Hispanic
Unless they
members.
put Miles Morales.
Yeah, because Miles Morales is half Puerto Rican, so he would count, but
Yeah,
they haven't confirmed him for anything. Also, did you see Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness?
I have. I bought we got the DVD for it, and I only watched halfway through it. I know the concept was happening,
Yeah, but you know
and but
that,
I
yeah.
think got spoiled in the end how they won.
Yeah, but you know that they introduced a new character who also is Hispanic. So that's another like Hispanic character that they've introduced in the
Wait,
MCU.
didn't he? Was he just in a different universe?
No, no, the girl that he's protecting,
Oh,
America.
the America, yeah, with the Stargirl powers, yeah.
Yeah, so she's Hispanic, and the Submariner is going to be Hispanic. So that'll be interesting to see how they handle his character, because they've been trying to actually make a Submariner movie for a long time, like
Really?
since the
Why? What stopped them?
90. Well, because unfortunately the Submariner is one of those characters that he's not like an X-Men, or he's not like Spider-Man, so he's not like one of the more mainstream Marvel heroes. He definitely has his fans, but if you were to go up to the street and ask somebody who their favorite like Marvel character is, like, most people might say like something like Spider-Man, maybe Wolverine, the Hulk. But like it's always just been hard to like kind of like pull off his character, because also Aquaman had the same problem for many years, is that Hollywood just didn't know how to make like an underwater movie in that way. So I guess now with the success of DC's Aquaman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman, I think Marvel is ready now to tackle that character, and I guess and it seems that they're going to tackle him in a very interesting way, because he's almost going to be like the kind of like the antagonist of the story. So we'll see how that goes when the movie gets released out in November, which is in like a month.
Do you think MCU's gonna have the people who worked on Aquaman to help them create that water effects?
Mm, maybe. Well, it depends on what special effects studio is working for them. I know that the studio Weta works a lot with Marvel, and they were responsible for the Lord of the Rings movies and a lot of Peter Jackson's movies. I don't know if DC uses like another company. I don't know if DC works more closely with a company like ILM or one of those companies, but it'll really depend. But I think nowadays, with like how the way computer graphics have advanced, I think it's very easy for them to like do like underwater like type effects and stuff. Like, do you know, for example, like in Aquaman, like when they're underwater and their hair is all floating,
Yep.
their hair is completely computer generated. It's all CGI. Like they're not like their hair is not actually flowing. It's all created in the computer. So like Jason Momoa and all the other actors, they're wearing like their hair in like a hair bun or something, and
Mm.
then later it gets done in post. So yeah, any other thoughts on Wakanda Forever?
No, I'm just waiting to see how they're gonna conquer the whole trailer thing. I
Yeah,
want to see how the story will plays out
yeah,
because I have a
yeah.
feeling that they're gonna be like going towards the comics, or they're gonna like start with the comics, like what happens in the comics, but
Hmm.
do it little bit differently from how
Yeah,
the comics ends.
yeah, and so another bit of news is Indiana Jones 5.
They're
The
making another one.
Oh yeah, they're making another one, but the trailer has not been released. The trailer had been leaked. So there have been some video clips floating around on the internet, like like cell phone quality phone video recordings of like I think like of a preview of the trailer that's supposed to maybe come out this Christmas. And you see a few shots of like Harrison Ford, the original actor, in the movie. So a few so a few clips of that trailer have been released. So who knows if Disney is gonna do something to like change up the trailer or re-edit the trailer, because I think Disney might Disney's probably going to release the Indiana Jones trailer along with the new Avatar movie, because Avatar 2 comes out in December, which is also owned by Disney. And I think this new Indiana Jones movie is going to be out by either spring or summer of next year. So,
Ooh, I'm excited for that. We
so
haven't
we'll
had
see.
an Indiana Jones movie for a
Since,
long time.
yeah,
Since like 2013?
since 2008
2008.
with
Damn, okay.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There was a rumor back when Disney first bought Lucasfilm, which owns the Indiana Jones movies. A lot of people were thinking that they might do a fifth Indiana Jones one, but with a younger actor instead. And a lot of people were speculating that it was going to be Chris Pratt that was going to
Okay,
replace him.
Chris Pratt has been in different movies now. He's now Mario. He's now
He's
like
in Jurassic World,
World,
The
The
Guardians.
Guardians. What is he gonna be now? He's gonna be Sonic later on in the
Oh,
future.
he's going to be Garfield.
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh my
they're
god! I
making an
forgot he was gonna be Garfield.
they're making an
Holy
animated
shit.
they're making an animated Garfield movie, which is going to come out sometime later, and he's going to be the voice of Garfield. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! You're kidding me.
Yeah, no.
He's been so many. You know when the cast were introduced of that new Mario movie,
Mhm.
everyone just now like he's being the voice actor of Mario, then Garfield, and then I forgot what the other character he became a voice actor for, and then all the memes just came together. Like, it's me, a Mario Garfield. Where's my lasagna?
The fuck.
It's like they made so many memes of him being the voices of these
Yeah.
characters, and there's a lot of Mario lasagna cat. Where's my lasagna, John? And you know that creepy Garfield creature that you see? They even made Chris Pratt into it with the Mario hat, like John. I am trying to find the princess, John. Where is the princess, John? John, where's my lasagna, John? Where's my Yoshi? And he's just terrifying. Like John just terrified holding the dog. Dois? What's the dog's name?
Odie.
Odie. Yeah, the dog Odie was in like a Yoshi costume.
What
With
the
Josh like in the corner with the creep out Garfield in the corner, like, where's my Yoshi, John? Where's my Yoshi, John? John, I need my Yoshi to save the princess, John. I need to save Princess Lasagna, John. It was so funny just seeing that Chris Pratt is having these memes out there. And I just laughed so hard seeing that one. It was like hilarious to me.
He's a popular actor right now, but just watch. Like in 5 years, we're not gonna see like a lot of him after. Like right now is his peak. This is his moment. This is his moment where he's gonna get all of the movie roles, and then 5 years later, we're probably only gonna see him in like in a few things here or there, like his popularity is going to go down. Like I'm not wishing that his career goes wrong or something goes wrong, but that's just what happens with popular actors. They're popular for a good maybe like 3 to 5 years, and then afterwards their career slows down. But this is just his time. He's not going to get like all these roles like within a few years. Trust me. One last bit of news: the Little Mermaid teaser trailer came out.
Oh my god, I saw so much controversy for that one. So much saying, "Oh my god, why are you making her black?" Like, "Oh my god, why you make her black? Ariel was white originally." No, it's so much controversy.
Vitriol online.
Yes, but you know what's the funny thing is?
Mm-hmm.
All the little girls
Kids?
out there,
Mhm.
after African American girls out there,
Yeah.
they were all happy about the news.
Yeah, because they're getting
"She's
represented.
black." Yes, they were happy. I was happy they were getting represented by one character.
Yeah.
At least I was happy that oh cool, they're rebranding Ariel. Okay, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm okay with it. Like okay, they're rebranding her. All right, cool. Are they going? And here's the exact thought process I was going after I saw the Ariel post when they revealed it.
Mhm.
I was like, oh cool, they're rebranding her. Oh, that's nice. They're not beating the bush over and over again. That's good.
They're doing something new.
Yeah, they're doing something new. I was very pleased to see they're doing something new. But after I saw the backlash after like a day or two
Yeah.
of it being released, I saw the backlash, like people hating on it being black.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys,
Well,
on.
Because this is not something new, because this Little Mermaid movie has been announced for a couple years now, and and for like a good 2 years, well, it's been reported that the Ariel was gonna be played by this actress named Haley Bailey, and we know that she's black, and yeah, so a lot of people like just they lost their shit over seeing Ariel black. Personally, I don't really feel any kind of like strong way, either positive or negative. I just want to wait to see how the movie comes out. I don't really have a lot of high hopes for the remake, because unfortunately a lot of these Disney remakes have not been my cup of tea. Sorry, have not been my cup of tea. And so but it's just so dumb. It's just so dumb how like people like lose their shit over like a remake, and just because the character is like a different race. Like in no way, like, because the Little Mermaid is based on a fairy tale, and no part of the fairy tale ever like explicitly says that the mermaid is like this or that, or this race or that race. Sure, maybe some people like would always assume that the character would be Caucasian, but it's a fairy tale. It's a mythical creature. Like you're losing your shit over something that isn't real. It's and and it's just dumb. It's the Star Wars thing all over again, when people lost their shit over like, oh, Finn, the character Finn, he's a stormtrooper, but he's black. It's like, black people can't be stormtroopers, or like Rey, or like what, your protagonist can't be a female. It's just dumb.
Yeah, like we're in the law book saying that the character must be a certain tin color or a certain male character. Like we're in law says that a female cannot be a main character, or a black guy cannot be a side character. It's just a new main character.
It's just a new interpretation, but oftentimes people don't like it when you mess with something from their childhood. But the thing is like, you have that old movie. Like, this movie is not going to make the old movie go away.
No,
you can always
still there, yeah.
You can always go back on like Disney Plus or something and watch the original, which I'm probably going to do before the new one comes out.
To see what they change or what they keep.
Yeah, because like the thing about these remakes is that they always make them longer, so we'll see what other kind of like BS that they're gonna add to make the movie longer. But also, I wonder, like, are they gonna make all of the mermaids black, or are they gonna do something like, are they gonna make it like mixed? Like, are they gonna do all kinds of races? Like make the mermaids all kinds of races, because I think that'd be interesting to see like all different types of actors portraying the mermaids. So that'd be at least interesting to see, because then Because then I wonder like who's gonna be playing King Triton, Ariel's dad. A lot of people say that they want Terry Crews. You know who Terry Crews is?
Give me a refresher.
Do you
The name is familiar.
do you know the sitcom Everybody Loves Chris? I mean
Yes.
Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
The dad, the actor who plays the dad in that show.
Ah,
Julius.
okay, gotcha. Now,
Because
gotcha.
he's big and buff, and in the
Yeah.
original Little Mermaid, the dad was also big and buff. Or maybe they can get The Rock. Get The
To do
Rock.
it? Well, The Rock is doing the Black Adam, so I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna be available for that part.
No,
Or
but
he
like
will be.
no, but The Rock could work.
Yeah, The Rock will work.
And I think The Rock is part African American.
Is he?
I know he's like Samoan. I think he's like Samoan from his mom's side, but I think his dad is like half. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up, but The Rock could work. Okay, so that's like the last bit of news. Let's jump into our main topic. Take it away.
We're going to talk about the man himself, the man that always wear white, yellow, and red. The man that doesn't give two shits when he's in the battle. The man with not serious looking face. A man that always get the anime women. Is basically talking about the two Espers and a lot of other dojins. The man himself, the one that always gets simped upon by a certain cyborg. Saitama himself, One Punch Man. We're talking about the man of the one punches. We're going right into it. And hopefully he doesn't punch me right in the dick like Speedus on Sonic. That was painful. That was really painful to watch.
Damn.
And also, just to start it off, my favorite co-host here does not like it when I say a certain thing of a character. And you guys want to know her name is I'm butchering her name. Tatsumika or
the toothpaste hair girl.
Tornado Girl. The Tornado Girl.
the toothpaste hair girl.
No, the Tornado Girl. He hates it when I say she's so hot. She's hot. Hot.
You are living proof that Jesus died in vain. You and all your little you and all your fellow little weebs who like jerk off and obsess over these two-dimensional characters are proof that the Lord Jesus Christ himself died in vain on that cross 2022 years ago. You guys are making Jesus cry. When you guys finally meet your maker, he's going to throw you guys into HE double hockey sticks. And you know what? It's going to be well-deserved. It's going to be well-deserved because you fucking fuckers wasted your whole goddamn lives jerking off to, like, two-dimensional drawings. Fuck off.
Okay, guys. I just did that because I know it pisses him off. It pisses him off so much. So that's why I just said it.
You guys are proof that Jesus died in vain.
Because literally every time we were watching and she comes up, I just turn towards him smiling and he looks at me telling me, "Don't you dare say it. Shut up. Don't say anything." And I just go ahead and say, "But she's so hot."
At least she wasn't in the show a ton.
Yeah. Because I knew that she wasn't in the show a lot, I had to make fun of him whenever time she shows up because I gotta make fun of my boy. I got to.
All right, so let's get back on topic. All right, so today we are reviewing One Punch Man, and so tell us, what is One Punch Man all about? My lovely co-host.
All right, so let me get on a little basics. One Punch Man was originally created just for entertainment for the from the actual creator. Let me see his name because I know I'm gonna butcher it, so I'm not gonna go off memory. I'm gonna butcher his name. I'm so sorry, guys. One Punch fanatics. I'm so sorry. I'm not good with names. His name is Yosaki Matara. Matara. I butchered his name. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
so he's the creator of One Punch Man.
Yeah, he's the creator of One Punch Man, and originally he created the One Punch Man series for his own amusement,
just for fun,
just for
something for him to do.
Yeah, he was originally all the story we have right now. He basically just created what he likes in that anime.
Yeah.
So whatever he liked, he put it in. after he finished working, he comes in and he starts doodling on his manga. He
Mm-hmm.
was not planning to release it out to the public at all. He was just saying, "Oh, this is something fun, just to draw and just have fun with it."
Right.
And then when one of his but when at a certain point, one of the famous manga artists, I forgot his name because I forgot to save his name. I didn't screenshot his name, but he's the creator of the Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
He looked at his work, said, "Hey, this is actually pretty good. Let me. I'll help you draw everything.
Mm-hmm.
The story base is all good. All he's good on stories and how the story goes out, but he's terrible at drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So he helped him, got it drawn well done. That's how why the new manga is all like not all fancy and all badass and everything, and the manga goes as well good with it as well, and he got it done. And that's how One Punch Man was created eventually.
All right.
I could have gone into more detail, but if I did, it would have been way more longer. But you guys, as fans, know of the history of and more in detail of it, so you guys can just like, all right, he got it real quick, and there we go. I don't need to explain more. I'm just going to the basis of how was One Punch Man created.
All right, good. So One Punch Man right now only has 2 seasons out, with the 3rd season announced. Let's talk about.
It hasn't been officially announced, but it says that they are working on it.
All right, so it's in development.
Yes.
But
if you guys do not want to wait, so sorry to cut you off. The manga is still ongoing right now, and you can go ahead and go read it, which I am currently reading it, and I've been sending a lot of One Punch Man comic memes and everything of the manga out there to get them interested in reading it as well, because I'm reading it. I'm like caught up with it when they're having their big epic battle with well, I don't want to spoil it to the only anime fans out there to only watch it in manga form. I mean anime form.
Well, if you're interested in more One Punch Man, definitely check out the manga.
Yeah, go ahead. It's really good. Like the fight scenes with Saitama, finally like going all out. It's pretty good. I love it. And you guys should check out the manga. It's really good. You should check it out.
Yeah. So let's talk about season 1 first. Can you give us a brief summary of what happens in season 1?
So season 1 is just like basically what all anime does. They're introducing you to the world, how it is, how it looks like, and then after a moment of like bringing you in of the world, how it looks like, bam, monsters starts fighting, start causing chaos, and start killing everybody. And then it shows like in the scenes, it shows like everyone's like did this abnormal thing. There's governments going. There's a monster going against city whatever it was, or city this or city this, and they have categories of what's the threat level of this creature is. And after a whole harvest of it, there's heroes and they have classes. It's C, D, A, S tier is the highest one, and then SSS, which hasn't been introduced yet. I believe it was SSS or just S class. Yeah, I think it's just S class. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, so in this world there's an organization that organizes and ranks all of the known superheroes. Kind of similar to like My Hero Academia actually, in a little bit.
Like almost like One Hero.
And then so how do we meet our main character Saitama?
So how we meet our main character Saitama is when the first monster that shows up was about to kill a little girl. And so when Saitama shows up, bald as hell, the beautiful Mr. Clean himself shows up, and when we see him, he smiles like all badass, but when he does the reveal, plain face. Oh yeah. Circle, just plain face, going, all right, what's up, dude? Hey, what's up? Like that kind of attitude face. That face right there. He gives no shits. Yeah. Whatsoever.
He don't give a fuck.
No shits at all. And that's how he portrays himself. But every time he fights, he's always disappointed
Yeah,
because every monster he fights, every situation he's in, he just takes it. He just takes it because
yeah.
he knows all his battles end in one punch.
Oh yeah.
Hence the name.
One Punch
And every
Man.
time that happens, he looks at himself and he just says, "Damn it! I defeated the fight in one punch
Yeah.
again."
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he has gone way too strong.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting way of how to portray like a hero, like the main hero of a story, because he's so bored in his battles, because he just bodies them in one punch. So what are some other characters that are in this world?
So there's a lot of heroes in this
Well, there's
world.
one specific character who's always by his side.
Yes, I am gonna get into that. So in this universe, there are certain heroes that Saitama interacts with, but the most one that interacts with Saitama on a day-to-day basis and treats him like a freaking god
Oh my
is
god.
Genos. The demon cyborg is his hero name that the organization has given him. And he basically just wants to get strong to seek revenge of the cyborg that killed
Mm-hmm.
his entire village and just kept him alive for somewhat.
Yeah.
So he seeks revenge, and then after seeing Saitama defeat a monster girl, which she was hot, even
Oh
though
my
she was
god.
deadly, but she was hot. But regardless, he wants to be Saitama's disciple, trying to get even more stronger.
You know, I was a little bit worried when that part of season one happened, when he wanted to devote himself to Saitama, because I was like, oh my god, we're gonna be doing this bullshit now. We're gonna be doing this whole, oh senpai, please notice me, senpai, and and the relationship never goes down that way. Like Genos has like a lot of respect and admiration for Saitama, but it never goes like to that extreme, which I'm happy that it doesn't do that old senpai bullshit thing.
You really don't like that kind of stuff, do you?
No, it's just cringy as fuck. Like I like a good like sort of like mentor and mentee relationship, but when it goes like all that like, oh senpai notice me senpai, because I remember when we went to go see the Demon Slayer movie, the one on the train. One part that I kind of didn't like was how like that one guy with the scar, he was like so infatuated with the guy with the long orange hair, and I was like, oh my god,
Wait,
this
the guy with the
bullshit.
scar. There are multiple characters with scars. You have to
Or
be more specific.
the main character, the one that wears like the green and black like cloak, like the main character, like that young character.
The cloak. Let's see. Cloak.
Like the main character whose sister is that one girl with the thing in her
Oh,
mouth.
tornado!
Yeah, and then he's like all infatuated with this one like older like demon slayer guy, and it's like, oh man, this bullshit again. But at least with One Punch Man, it never goes down. It always seems their relationship always seems like very like respectful, like mutual, like they both mutually respect each other, and like Saitama doesn't act like a fucking jerk to Genos, but Genos doesn't go like all fangirl on him. It's a nice balance. It's a real bromance. I
It's
like
a
that.
Well, technically, it's disciple and teacher. That's how Genos sees it.
Yeah.
Saitama sees him as a guy that he can get money off to
Yeah.
continue paying.
Yeah, well,
Because
that
literally, when Saitama finally got him as a disciple, Genos literally went to his place of origin.
and he's
to
like,
get
I got
his
rent
shit
money.
and come in and says, "I'll be living with you for today." And Saitama was like, "Hell no, bro. Hell no." And Saitama, then Genos just literally took a stack of money, tossed it on the table, and he's like, I brought rent money." Saitama looks at it, going like, "Do you bring a toothbrush?" "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
He changed his mind so quick. The second he saw he has rent money and he has more than me.
Yeah, no, like good comedy writing in this show.
Yes, I love it so much. There's
Uh
a lot of comedy. When Tornado was defeating a dragon beast that was about to destroy humanity, she just kills them in one destruction blow by bringing a giant ass asteroid from the space, coming to Earth and killing it.
Yeah.
It's
One.
just like he's like boosted himself so much, saying so much shit, and then she
Yeah.
just like there and just dead.
I also like certain parts that stood out to me. I remember there was this one part of season 1 where like him and where like Saitama and Genos were fighting like these half like robot, half like uh animal mutation kind of villains.
Yep.
And so they finally defeat all of them, and all that's left is this one like gorilla mutant guy, and they're question and him and Saitama and Genos are questioning him, and
Oh,
like
you
the
mean the
gorilla,
gorilla?
yeah,
That's when Genos what firstly went and looked for him.
yeah, and so they're questioning him, and the gorilla guy is about to give like this whole long backstory, and then like Saitama just stops him. He's like, "All right, cut to the chase, get to the point," and then he just gives them like the straight answer, and they leave. And I love that because that's kind of like a little. It's a little bit of a not a parody, but it kind of satirizes those moments in anime where like the villain is just like giving like this whole big monologue explaining like the whole backstory of their evil plan, and then we just have to sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes listening to all this exposition, and then Saitama's just like, nope, cut that bullshit, tell us where your boss is, we're gonna go kick his ass. I love it.
It's so good. Like in this anime, it's not like they wait for like the dialogue or anything, because in classic anime, the heroes and villains do like their power ups and wait for them to fight while they're just standing there waiting for them to finally power up. And Saitama, he doesn't give two shits.
Nope.
He's like, I don't care about your stories. Get to the point or I'll kill you right here and now. And he's like, okay, man, I'm sorry. Here you go.
Yeah, it's interesting how this show like really understands like cliches and tropes that are in a lot of like modern anime, and it does away with all those conventions and just like really gets to the point. It really gets to like the heart of what you really want to see. You want to see like the action, you want to see the comedy, and you're not stuck with all of this backstory. And then when they finally reveal Saitama's backstory, it's actually pretty hilarious.
Yes, it is.
Because all he did was just basically work out.
Yeah, just normal working out. He literally said everyone wants to know his secret of how he got strong.
Yeah.
And basically all he did is ran a 10-kilometer run, do 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups every single day. Do not turn on the heater or AC on hot days, and continue working out.
Yeah.
And then during the whole process, he went bald.
Yeah.
And became the strongest man you see. But a little story on this universe. All the monsters we've seen, not like the alien monsters and all that and the creatures, but the human-based monsters that have human body characteristics or explain themselves like, I love lizards, all this, and now I became a lizard. In this universe, if you have a strong desire that you like doing activity or any at all, you will become what you truly desired to do. Like in the first episode, we got introduced of this monster custom vehicle saying, I'm a car AX custom over something car. And he explained himself that I like making custom cars and making them into badass, fast, strong ass vehicles.
Yeah.
In this universe, if you have a very strong desire of something, it will happen to you. And you will become what you truly desire. At first, like when Saitama's backstory was introduced, he met with a guy with a crab body, upper chest body, saying that I ate so much crab and now I became this. Because if you have something you like to do or eating or have a goal of something that you like doing, in one way or another, you will become the thing you will like.
So does that mean if I like to eat pussy, does that mean I become a pussy?
In that universe, yes. Here you just get arrested for multiple reasons.
Well, fuck.
Exactly. Right. So everyone has always theorized how Saitama became so strong. In the anime, well, in the manga, they really went into depth of how Saitama is strong. I don't remember this correctly, so don't quote me on this. I think they even King Child actually scanned Saitama to see how strong he really is, because everyone thought Saitama is this weak ass
Yeah,
character because of his rank.
a lot of people underestimate him.
No, no, they don't underestimate him in per se. They just underestimate him because of his rank.
Exactly, they underestimate him like just due to appearances. Like a lot of people underestimate because he doesn't. He's not a very show offish kind of character. Because there are some characters in this universe, like that one like Tony Stark guy who like creates like all these robots and all these weapons.
Meta Knight.
Yeah. Like he's very show offish. That one girl that you like, she's very arrogant and kind of a bitch, and she's always like letting people know how much of a big fucking dick she has because she's able to like save the world in like 2 seconds. And he doesn't really do that. He's not really like out there for like glory and stuff. He just does. He's like he says, like he's a hero for fun.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is? I'm
Yeah.
gonna be spoiling this for you guys a little bit, so sorry in advance.
Okay, go for it.
In his Saitama's backstory, he saved a butt chin kid. That-
Glenn Quagmire.
Yeah, Buck Jin Shin, that he was actually the son or grandfather of a very big successful.
You mean grandchild? You said grandfather.
Grandchild? Yeah, sorry, the grandchild of that kid, and because of Saitama's deed of saving him, he created the Hero Association. Saitama was the main reason why the Hero Association was created. But in the manga, Saitama actually went through by a different name.
Hmm.
And we got a hint of his name by Tornado. Tornado was saved by past young Saitama.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm sorry, I ruined like a lot of plot there in the manga. Sorry, guys. Sorry, anime fans. Sorry. I just ruined a little spoiler there. So,
Yeah, read the fucking mangoes, you fucking weebs.
So sorry, guys. A little spoiler. Please, when you edit this, put a spoiler when I'm talking about this.
Beep, 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 beep. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
So Saitama literally created the Hero Association and also created some of the heroes that are S-class. Saitama was the one person who created the Hero Association and some of the heroes. He literally did. Like, for a reason. For one specific reason. I'm going to season 2. King. When King was introduced, we found out King took credit of Saitama's work when he was young. When he was starting to work out in his face. Mm-hmm. And King took all his credit. And then it's like everything. If you think about it, if you read through all the manga and all the backstory and all the characters and the reason why they fight or why reasons they like Saitama in one way or another, because Saitama was the reason why the Hero Association started in the first place. Why they gained heroes and why they had everything. Because they all knew Saitama as a different person in a different name. He had a different look, everything. And then when Saitama became the person he is now, no one recognized him at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. I really like the character of Saitama. One thing that I really like about him is that he is, even though he's so good at what he does, he is still an underdog. Like even his design is so simple. Bald head, white cape, yellow suit, red boots. Like that's it. Like he's like the most basic looking character, but yet he is like the most interesting character out of this whole world of heroes and villains. Also, something that I find really interesting about just like how they handle and how they write his character is that yes, he is very like underappreciated, and yet he's very good at what he does. It's almost like if he was like say like a manga creator. Like a manga creator who's really good at writing stories, but because he doesn't have this or he doesn't have the right connections, he's not really getting noticed. He's like that artist who's really good at doing what he does creatively, but just because of his circumstances, he's not really recognized for what he does. So I really like that about his character. Anything else that you want to add about season 1?
Season 1, I really like how they like portray all the characters, how society works in this area.
Mm-hmm.
The rich, provides the association, and the association provides the heroes, and the heroes get paid from all their work.
Right.
I like how it's a little bit different how Hero Academia is.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Hero Academia, they go out, fight villains, and they get paid if they don't fight villains at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get paid for keeping the peace, maintaining safety and regulations.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a public service.
Yeah, it's a public service. And police officers in that universe only there for like mundane stuff, like
Mundane, yeah.
yeah, so like small little thieves or like just
yeah.
or extra security for making
Jaywalkers.
Or yeah,
People who leave their car like on the street way too long and their parking meter expires.
Exactly. But in One Punch Man, how it works is the richest people
Mm-hmm.
funds them, and then the association funds the heroes on their work.
Yeah.
And if they don't do their job, they get fired.
They're like the Donald. You're fired.
Exactly. So Hero Academia is all like, all right, if you didn't fight any villains or anything, but you still kept like your work and business and everything, all right, you're good. But in this universe, if you don't do your job or you haven't done your job for a very long time, you just get fired instantly, and you just need to come back and reassign yourself as a hero.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like doing like freelance work. It's like,
Basically,
you
like,
get commissioned to do stuff.
Yeah, in the beginning when you start becoming a hero, you had to find work, or for the next 2 days. If you don't, you get fired.
Yeah.
And I don't think you even get paid for it too. I haven't seen them get paid at all,
Mm-hmm.
except for like fan mails or anything like that.
Yeah, I remember like in season 1 when Genos and Saitama were gonna go get their licenses. I remember that they had this one instructor who was like really like was really trying to be like intimidating and all that stuff.
Oh, Copper Snake.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about, Copper Snake.
yeah, I remember. Like I thought he was gonna, like you mentioned My Hero Academia. I thought he was gonna be like kind of like a Mr. Aizawa type character, where like he's gonna be like that one eccentric teacher who's like really hard on the main character, but like.
But what?
But like I thought he was gonna be like really hard on the main character, but he was bless you. But
thank you.
But when he challenges Saitama to like a fight, Saitama fucking destroys him in like like in no time at all.
Yeah, because he was told that Saitama one day will surpass him.
Yeah, but like Saitama is like already like leagues ahead of like all of these like lower ranking heroes.
And that's the fun of it. Like during the whole first season, Saitama, I'm not gonna spoil the episode, but Saitama saved a city from being completely destroyed from an outside force from space. Saitama came in and saved everybody after all the S-class heroes failed to stop the incident from happening. And after the aftermath, Saitama just walking out and just seeing around. And these like C-class heroes, because Saitama was ranked C 100 something, and then he jumped all the way to C 15. Because the threat was an S-class threat, and because a C-class solved the situation just like that with no like difficulty or anything, he jumped the rank so much that he almost got into A class.
Yeah.
No, not A class, like D class.
Yeah, not exactly like the top, but he really jumped ranked very high.
Almost to the next letter rank.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the supporting cast. I know that there's a very interesting supporting hero in this show. I think
about a certain bike person.
Yes, Moon
Rider.
Yeah, Moon
Oh
Rider.
my god, he is my favorite. He's just a normal guy just riding a bike of justice. And actually, you know what's funny? In the manga, he's supposed to be way different than how the manga portrayed him.
How is he in the manga? He was
supposed to have a bulk up suit. A big bulk up suit with buff muscles, and have a bike and have himself like riding a bike and disappears and form into his suit if I remember correctly. But they changed it just him being a regular guy.
Yeah, he's like an interesting parody of this one Japanese character. His name is Kamen Rider. If you guys are like familiar with like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and
Oh yes,
and that kind of like Super Sentai superhero genre of Japanese television, he's kind of like a parody of like those types of characters, but instead of being like this badass sci-fi guy in a power suit, he's just like this guy who's in like padding and like in a bicycle helmet, and he rides a bicycle instead of riding like something badass like a motorcycle or something. Other interesting characters. There's this weird ass gay character who's like a prisoner and he gets naked all the time.
Oh my god, you're
And
talking
he's-
about the
and he
most
looks
beautiful man.
Yeah, and he looks
in
almost like a
creation.
JoJo character.
What was his hero name?
I
It was-
forget his name, but like that guy was like man, he was a fucking weirdo.
Oh, just
And
to
it-
let you know, he has a lot of boyfriends in prison, bro.
Yeah. Oh, and that kind of made me a little bit. It almost made him seem like he was the booty warrior of this
Oh
of
my
this
god.
show.
That-
You guys ever
wait,
see
hold
the
on.
Boondocks?
There's one or two ways. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
Yeah, he seemed like this universe's booty warrior.
No. I'm not here for a child, but I'm here for a man's butt. You here for a man's butt? Yes. I'm gonna tell you straight. I like you and I want you. We could do it the easy way or the hard way. It's like, speaking of the Boondocks, I'm just gonna get this out of my system because I love the Booty Warrior so much. There was an episode where Tom took these kids to get reformed because they were being bad, and he took them to prison. And Tom's big snitch of the whole episode, he doesn't want to be raped.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be raped, and he went to prison, which is well known to be guys always going for the butt.
Yeah,
And he
drop
went
the
for
soap.
it, and these inmates just went towards Tom, and Tom's like, "You're supposed to scare the kids," and they told them multiple ways how they go for a men's butt: peanut butter and jelly. They go for upside down. They go Pobo style.
Oh
and
my
and then
fuck.
when he goes to the Booty Warrior, he just goes to Tom and just like, Tom, I went in prison. I'm just gonna go straight to you and say this: I want you, and I liked you, and you have two choices. The choice is yours. You can do it the easy way or the hard way. And then it just went to fanatic because he just brought out a Shang that this booty's mine, and then all the guards just go ape shit. And Tom escapes, and then when the scene and all the guys like, what? I thought you have a something escape plan, and he literally just said, if booty is more important than escaping. Like, bro, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, it's like, what was wrong with you? You just let that booty escape. Now I gotta go for that booty. And then he just goes yelling like, "Oh, Tom!" It's just so funny to me. This guy just
It
goes,
is one of the
"Oh,
most
Tom!"
uncomfortable. It is one of the most uncomfortable episodes of television ever.
I love it so much. I don't know why it's so uncomfortable. It's so funny. He just goes, "Oh, Tom!" The second I first heard him say, "Oh, Tom!" I just lost my shit.
Yeah. But going back to One Punch Man,
Yes, going back.
any other characters that we're missing? Any important ones?
Important ones. A lot of characters of like, of their rank.
Mm-hmm.
The Sting, and what was his name with the electrical powers?
Oh yeah, I forget. Like some of these characters, I will say, if I do have one criticism of One Punch Man, not all of the characters are very memorable. Some of them are more memorable than others.
I
It's
do
really,
know
yeah.
Golden Ball.
Mm.
He is a good character.
Oh, I remember one character. Remember that weird ass red character who's like a parody of El Chapulín Colorado?
Oh my God! Yes, you were talking about that when we were watching the episode.
Yeah, because
he
like,
showed up in episode 1.
Yeah.
Then he showed up in episode 7, I think.
and then he's
he-
he's like in the end of season 2 when they were
Yeah.
trying to catch that one guy.
Yeah, and then he showed up in season 2 in the final episode when he was trying to capture the hero hunter.
Yeah, and so it's just really random, like a Japanese anime making a reference to like to to like a Mexican comedy show from like the 70s.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that isn't his the first time he was referenced. He also
so
referenced in The Simpsons
if
as well.
yeah, so Chapulín Colorado, he's like this character from Mexican television, and he's a parody of like the Adam West Batman, and and he's been parodied a couple of times in other countries' media, like most famously here in the United States. If you guys know The Simpsons, if you know that weird Spanish-speaking Bumblebee man from The Simpsons, he is a direct parody of El Chapulín Colorado.
Yep.
And then in this show, there's this one character who looks a lot like him, and just like El Chapulín Colorado, he carries this mallet, this red and yellow mallet in the show. And in One Punch Man, the character who's a parody of him carries this gigantic ass mallet, which is similar to like El Chapulin's mallet. So,
Well, it's not technically a mallet. It's one of that Mexican toy where you just have the ball and you're trying to stick it in the
yeah,
the thing.
but it's so obviously
it's
a
just like,
reference.
yeah, it's a reference of it, but I'm being more specific of what his weapon was.
Ah, you fucking nerd. All right, do you want to go into season 2, or do you have anything else to say?
I want to before we go to season 2,
Because you're the bigger fan.
Yes,
than
I
I
want
am.
to emphasize one specific scene that really like hurt my heart a little bit.
Ooh, okay, let's
For
bring
one
it.
specific reason. Everyone just dog shit on Saitama for saving all their asses.
Oh yeah, after the meteor.
No, not the meteor. The meteor was like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
he's getting hate for destroying, and I don't care about that because heroes were jealous of him saving everyone
Mm-hmm.
for being a low rank class. I was like, okay, all right, you talk dog shit, and you get shitted on because Saitama literally kicks their asses, and he said his 2 cents. But the one that I didn't like the most, that really like hurt my anime heart, was when he saved everyone from Sea King.
Mm-hmm.
He defeated Sea King.
Oh yeah, and there was this one annoying ass guy.
Yeah, he saved everyone from Sea King after Sea King defeated all of the heroes was around the area, even in the safety shelter. All the heroes got their ass kicked, lower rank to like mid rank to almost to A class rank.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were all defeated easily by the Sea King.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was terrified and losing hope. And then when Saitama shows up and defeated the Sea King with one punch, changed the weather to stormy rain to clear skies.
Yeah.
Everyone was shocked, happy, but this one guy just shitted on Saitama saying, oh, he wasn't that difficult to fight if a low-class hero defeated him in one hit.
Oh yeah, that fucking annoying guy.
Yeah, and everyone just say, hey, that guy was strong, he defeated 100 heroes. And Saitama not wanting to say his 2 Ps, Saitama just said, yeah, he was pretty weak. I defeated him that easily. And everyone just dog shitted on him.
Yeah,
and
that
you
was
see
that.
a scene when Geno said, all right,
Yeah.
so this is the kind of hero you want to be. You don't want to be all righteous and mighty and telling his 2 Ps or say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Saitama took the brutal of the negativity from everyone just because he didn't want to say his 2 cents for saving everyone, because to him, he just want to be a hero for fun. He doesn't want any recognition from anyone. If he gets recognition, it's because they give him the recognition he deserves. He doesn't want to buy recognition from people.
Mm-hmm.
That's how in season 2, where all this S-class heroes starts hanging out with Saitama, because they notice how Saitama is and they recognize him, who he is. And I really enjoyed how season 2 showed that all these strong characters and heroes and everyone sees how Saitama is. But in season 1, how all the regular people dog shitted on him after saving their lives, after hundreds and hundreds of heroes were defeated. Well, not hundreds, just like few under 100 got defeated by this villain. It really hurt my anime heart. Like, wow, he is a true hero that doesn't want to take recognition or buy recognition at all from people.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me a little bit of like a little bit of Midoriya from One Punch Man. I mean, not from One Punch Man, from
One Punch Man.
From My Hero Academia, where like Midoriya just wants to be, he just wants to be a true hero. He wants to do it to help people and to like make people feel safe. And the same with like Saitama. He's not doing this for like money or like fame and recognition. He's doing it because he likes it. He wants to be a true hero. But yeah, but it's also interesting how like they make it like how like just like the public just kind of like turns on him because like it's like
Not once, but twice.
yeah, because it's sort of similar of like how like people like on the internet are like just so quick to like criticize like say like artists or like actors or like people who do creative stuff or like people who create content. It's people who like don't really understand like the effort that it takes to like do something great or do something creative, and they just feel like they can like just like shit on stuff and not really like understand like the work and the passion that goes into it.
It's like Twitter.
Yeah, it's literally like Twitter, real life. Oh, but you kind of reminded me of another character when you mentioned the Deep Sea King, that ninja guy. Who's
Speed on Sonic?
Yeah, who's kind of like Saitama's like rival because like they want to both defeat each other.
Well,
Yeah.
technically for Speed on Sonic, all his techniques, like to him, he was the peak of assassination and
Yeah.
bodyguard. No one could see where he attacks comes from next.
Because he's just so fast.
Yeah, but when he met Saitama, he was angry and frustrated that his attack was red quickly before his attack even struck the target.
Yeah,
and ever since he got punched in the dick,
yeah,
he had this psychological fear from Saitama in season 1.
Yeah,
which he had to get over the fact that Saitama punches in the balls.
Oh my god.
And when you saw that he was training himself to not fear that no more, and finally got over the fear and got even stronger, he went to fight Saitama again.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think he's a very interesting character. I hope we get to see more of him when the new seasons come out. Because one thing that again I was afraid that they were gonna do with this character, I thought they were gonna make him another one of those like emo villains that I hate.
The ones you hate.
Oh yeah, because
Yes.
every time one of those pops up in one of these animes that we watch, I'm always like, oh no, another emo bastard.
Yeah.
No.
He every time one shows up and he knows it's them, and I already know the anime itself, and I know he will say this specific character. I always look at him. When he's watching, I always look at him, and he's when the character shows up, he's like, oh no, not another one. I just smile like, yep, it's your favorite character.
No, but this one he's good. He's a very interesting character. Another character that kind of popped up around the same time was this crazy bald guy with the suit, Hammerhead. The one that wanted to.
Oh yeah, no work.
Yeah, the one who
work.
Yeah, because I guess he's kind of like a parody of like young Japanese people who don't want to like go into like the corporate world and stuff, and who don't want to like work traditional jobs. I kind of found him like pretty funny because it's like it's like all this effort just for you not to work. Like fucking grow up, dude.
Well, it is true in Japan. In their culture,
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult to get a job, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You have to be like the top of interviews. You need to show your skills and your qualities, what school you're getting into. And if you're not in the best school from your resume, they just dog shit in you saying, oh, you didn't go to the higher top of the class. I'm sorry, we cannot accept you. Even there is a video out there where this guy pretends that he is going for an interview, even though he has a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
He went over this to show how everyone sees how work is.
Yeah.
So when he went up, and he was wearing a suit, and he had a tie, and he was in the bus stop, and with multiple people saying, hey, can you help me with this tie? And multiple people said, I know, dude, you're going for an interview? And they said, yeah. And it's like, I know how interviews are. It's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I got you. And there was a if you go through more of the video, there's a part of a mother, just like, she shows so much kindness and so much concern and gives him so much hope of succeed,
Mm-hmm.
that like you think to yourself like, damn, over there is brutal, but over here is like not that much brutal. Because the
I mean,
lady
the job
literally
market is
said,
kind of brutal, but it's brutal in different ways.
yeah,
At least here, like in America, like you get a job, but the job fucking sucks your soul out,
yeah, but
and
let
you're
me,
with and you're working for lame ass managers who don't fucking give a shit about you.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
crap. But over there, it's brutal overall. Like the interview is brutal, the workers brutal, and their management and how they're supposed to talk
Mm-hmm.
to them is
Mm-hmm.
even brutaler.
Yeah,
Because you,
because at least here, like they like when you interview, they act all nice and friendly, but then when you actually get hired and you're actually like on the floor or actually working, they're like fucking assholes to you.
yeah. So going back to the video, when that lady showed up, I had like an ouch moment. Like, oh my god, because she literally like, oh don't worry, my son just recently just went for a job interview
Mm-hmm.
and got hired, and he's currently working.
Oh,
And he
oh,
said that his first couple of weeks were pretty rough, but overall he got it. He got it done, and I just told him that to keep going. It's all right. You can do better. You can keep going. You don't need to worry about it. Just keep working, and I know you're gonna do all right. Seems like you're going for a business interview, and those are pretty hard. So I give you the wishes of luck and continue on forward. And I just saw that as like, wow. Even though they're complete strangers, they give each other remorse of confidence to each other
yeah,
because they
yeah,
know that it's hard to find a job.
because it's very interesting. Because like when we see like in animes, because one trope that I see a lot in modern animes is usually like the hero or the heroes end up like creating like their own civilization, or like they end up building up their own civilization, and their civilization is very community based, where like everybody has a purpose and everybody has like a job and a function, and everybody does seem to get along. Like I remember when we talked about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. That's in some ways that's how like their society kind of worked.
Yep.
So it's interesting to see like how sort of like Japanese creators and writers they want like how they portray like society and community in their own views, because like here in America it would be a little bit different. I think we would be a little bit more cynical and we wouldn't be as
Community based.
as yeah, because like because we're so split down the middle. So do you want to get into season 2, talk about season 2 now, or anything else about season 1 that you
Now,
have on your
season
head?
one is all pretty much done. I got good topics right there.
So I will say this: I think I did enjoy season 1 a bit better than season 2, mostly because of how the way that they handled the story and how like it was so willing to break and or subvert tropes and cliches in anime, and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. We just got done watching. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, My Hero Academia, High School DxD, and these are shows that have a lot of like cliches that at some parts it did ruin it for me. And in season 1 of One Punch Man, there was like a lot of comedy, a lot of action, and just like a lot of like good like satire and parody of anime. So one thing I was a little bit disappointed in season 2 is that in season 2 we didn't get to see a lot of that.
Yeah,
Let's talk about season 2.
Yeah,
now.
season two, since we're going into it, season two is more of like character introductions
Yeah.
and a little bit more relaxed
Yeah.
interactions. We got a little conflict here and there, and we got introduced of a new threat,
Mhm.
but it was basically more focused on characters and Saitama finding his way.
Yeah.
Because in this season, Saitama was more like wondering why combat and everything, and how like combat is, because all he does is punch one enemy and they're done. He doesn't have like the need to know fighting stance or anything like that. He just goes right out.
Yeah.
So it just shows a little bit character of Saitama trying to fight himself because he wants to give up on heroing because he's bored of it now. But now he's been talking to a lot of other heroes that he's talking with, and he's trying to find his way of like trying to see what he needs to do.
Exactly. And so one interesting part that I did like about season 2 is the tournament arc. I really did like that tournament arc, because the way that it kind of pays off is that we get introduced to this one arrogant character who's just like really good at these tournaments, and
him, yeah.
he's kind of like he's kind of like a fighter. Like that's his profession. Like he gets paid to fight. He fights for prize money, and he gets paid a lot. And he's very arrogant. But when like Saitama like almost like nearly beats him, he kind of like he loses it. Like his spirit is broken because he didn't. It wasn't like some sort of like flawless victory because he like he was shaken to his core. And then later, when that arena gets attacked by the monsters, by the mutants, like he gets fucking destroyed.
Yep.
Like he gets fucking destroyed, and then like Saitama, like at the last minute, saves him. Like,
oh yeah,
like he was about to like die.
There's a snitch with Saitama. He always gets to fights very late.
Yeah, very late.
So if you see season 1, he you will see multiple heroes fighting. Yeah. And he finally shows up when all the heroes are already beaten down, almost death brink.
Yeah.
And
knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah, so Saitama's Mitch of everything is he always shows up to battles very late.
Yeah,
which is super, super late.
Which almost reminds me kind of like of Dragon Ball. Because it reminds me of like the Saiyan saga when like Vegeta and Nappa came for the first time.
And Goku was very late.
Yeah, and Goku, they had to revive, they have to bring him back to life. He then has to like run Snake Way. He has to get on the Nimbus to go find where like Vegeta and Nappa and all the others are at. And so it just kept reminding me of like Dragon Ball. It's like, oh my god, Saitama, just get there and fucking end this.
So yeah, Saitama's make throughout the whole entire manga is him always showing up late, and then like I'm talking about future manga that nobody has read except for whoever read them. Saitama sees like someone getting killed, and he got like very, 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 very angry of that, and it shows a flashback panel scene showing that he told this person he's strong and all, but he always shows up late to battles, and shows that how that Smidge is always true. He always shows up late.
Yeah, and let's talk about your girl. Like, what's her deal? What's the deal with that character? Because we do see her more in season 2 than we do in season 1.
Well, she has a sister. Tornado has a sister, which I don't know what Tornado is the older sister, and her sister looks older, but she's the youngest sister by 2 years.
Right.
So throughout this thing, she like the younger sister is not very good with her Esper ability, but her older sister is very good with it, like scary good. That's how her personality is like a very jackass personality, because she thinks she's badass, she knows what to do, and she knows that she could crush everybody's body if she wants to. But her little sister went to her Saitama to get her recruited in her group, because she wants to feel strong and lead a group that will help her to become more stronger and stabilize. Because when you hit a certain rank, it gets harder for you to get approval to improve to yourself to go to the next class. So she's like trying to winning Saitama. Saitama gives her words of wisdom. She doesn't like it and just got her ass beat.
Yeah. Why do you think a lot of like fans of this show gravitate to her so much?
Which one? The younger or the older?
The older one, the one that you lose your shit over.
Not really. I just like her as a character and how badass she is.
Okay, all right, I can see that. But
to you, I just go, she's so hot, because I know it pisses you off and your face goes all cringy. He gives out a cringy face. It's like, oh my god, stop. It's just, it's like, delicious.
I mean, it's just so weird because with those types of characters, like people who obsess with like these anime characters, you can just really fucking tell like what their fetishes are. Because with that bitch, they you can tell like, you know, it's like guys who want to be dominated.
Yes, the reason why I also knew why, because she gives out that dominatrix vibe.
Oh my god,
you want to get
she's
dominated
a bitch. By her. She's a cold-hearted bitch. But the
reason why everyone likes her is because you get dominated by her, and they want to be dominated. And also, she kind of thick, bro. And and also, I'm going towards another anime, Kuwasuba. There's a character, Aqua, and everyone wants to know if she's wearing panties or not.
Barbie girl. I'm a Barbie girl.
No, stop. You're disgusting. Normie shit. So Aqua is always theorized that is she wearing panties or not?
Oh
and
my fucking god!
And also for back to Tornado, it shows that she's wearing a dress revealing her legs and everything. And everyone and me is like, she's just like Aqua. We don't know if she's wearing panties or not because she's always covered from the lower half, even though she has like strings, like thick strings covering those areas. Like we don't know, and that just excites people. That they just excited, like, let me look underneath you. Do we have it or not? Oh my
fucking god, Jesus fuck!
And like that's how other people sees it. To me, I just think she's a badass. I just like how she's a badass, and she can just destroy everything really quickly.
All right, and also, I guess
she's thick. She's thick.
All right, so moving on. So we get introduced to a new villain this season. The Hero Hunter.
The Hero Hunter, Garu.
Yes, and Garu is a very interesting character because his backstory is that when he was a little kid, he admired the villains more than he admired the heroes, and he would often get made fun of, and it led to him having this confrontation with a bully where he got in trouble, even though it was the bully's fault. And because of that, he became sort of like
society.
Yeah, he became sort of like ostracized because he defended himself for his love of the villains.
No, for the villain part, everyone treated him as a villain and they beat his shit up.
Yeah.
Because he's the villain. And then when they go to the certain scene, I know what you're talking about, where they tried to make him the villain again in the school, and he defended himself because he doesn't want that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he got in trouble because the kid lied saying that we were all having fun and he just lost his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And all the students there just went with the popular kid.
Yeah.
And agreeing with him, even though they saw what actually happened.
It's kind of like it's kind of a commentary on society, how like people just side with like the most popular or like the most normal because they don't want to stick their necks out for like people who are different or for like, you know, people who go against the norm.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's when I'm gonna go to real life stuff. I don't like talking about real life stuff because it's fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't like pleasing women.
What the fuck? Okay.
No, I'm going in depth on what I meant by that. It's because women just looks at the guy of how he looks, what his face, what he's wearing, and what he's having. They're always looking at how expensive their clothing is.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't give two shits about that. I want to break the norm of girls looking at the guy for his outfit and how he looks and how his personality is outside of public, except for looking at what his personality actually is. This guy could be like the perfect guy ever outside of public eyes and wears all this stuff, but in reality, he's a piece of shit that treats you wrong and you chose the wrong person.
And
then regret that decision later on.
I've been there.
Exactly. So for me, I don't like wearing fancy stuff. I don't like wearing anything like
you want to be your true self.
Yeah, my true self. So how I'm doing it for myself now in society is I wear whatever fuck I want to wear. I act how I originally act when I'm by myself, and just talk how I ever want to talk.
You prefer to be understood rather than be liked.
Yes. And then
that's admirable.
Yeah. And then when a girl actually likes me and we have a great relationship, I'll start wearing very expensive clothing because in my closet,
if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm looking at my closet right now and I have like 3 or 5 good expensive clothing right there, ready to be worn, ready to be used to that one person that actually wants to give me the peace of mind of my personality.
Yeah, but just watch, it's all dusty and stuff, so you have to go get it dried cleaned.
No, dude,
because it's never happened.
They're covered in good. They're covered in good.
Okay.
I have expensive shoes, expensive watch, glasses, everything, and I don't wear them because of my philosophy of people liking me as my personality, not how I am when I'm nice and going out. Because I am a really nice guy, and when you get to know me, but when you come and meet me, I will treat you like how I treat if I'm by myself.
Just watch. One day you're gonna be like, we live in a society.
We live in this freaking society, and I have my revolver. I'm gonna shoot you like the Joker did.
Because that's what you're sounding like right now. You sound like the Joker from that one scene. We live in a society.
Well, I do have a gun on the other room.
Oh my god! Don't fucking say that.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's a BB gun for
Oh.
airsoft plays. I go out and play airsoft. All right, don't go ape shit on me.
The views and opinions of Ryu do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Jack.
Hey, don't isolate me, you piece of shite.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking isolate. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna isolate your cheeks. How about that, boy? How about that, boy?
Please don't hurt me.
I'm gonna isolate them juicy hams you got under your shorts. All right, but going back to One Punch Man.
Yeah, one back. Sorry, guys, we got off track.
The Hero Hunter. I really like that one fight scene at the end of the season where he's like basically trapped in this barn and he's like surrounded by all these heroes who are just like ready to like fuck
oh
up
my
his
god!
shit.
Yes. All right,
That was a really good fight scene right there.
All right, let me go in depth. He fight these heroes because there's a kid inside the shed, and this kid's friends abandoned him, let him to die. They didn't even warn the heroes there was a kid in there or anything. They just left him to die. And Goro was literally told the heroes like, "Hey, there's a kid inside that shed. You better not shoot that shed." And the heroes literally says, "Yeah, nice try. We're not believing you."
But there really was a kid in there.
Yeah, there was a literally kid in that shed. Then after Goro defeat the heroes and went to the kid to tell him, "Hey, it's safe to go out now," the kid was terrified because he became what he was striving to be, a monster.
Oh wow, yeah. No, but that fight scene was like really intense. It was probably like one of the best fight scenes in the show because it was just the Hero Hunter going up against like all these like heroes that we've seen little bits and pieces of throughout the first two seasons. And we really got to see like him just like really like he goes in like survival mode, and those are some of like my favorite types of like action scenes and like just like anime or like movies and stuff where like you have like one character, he's at the end of his rope, he's like you know that like if he messes up he's about to die, but some way somehow he just figures out a way to like get out of it. Like those are like some of my favorite action scenes. Let's see what else. Also, something interesting in this season 2 is that they kidnapped the son of one of the high-ranking members of the Hero organization.
What their title called is, the sponsors.
Yeah, and so there's this one character who's basically his only power is that he has a bat.
Oh no, that's not his actual power. His actual power is every time he gets beaten or stabbed or anything, it increases his strength and speed.
Oh, almost like a Saiyan.
Yeah. So every time the hero we're talking about is Metal Bat.
Yeah.
Every time Metal Bat gets like beaten down, destroyed, or anything, it just increased his survival instincts. He increased his attack power, his speed, his agility, everything. And his character is literally like a Yakuza costume.
Yeah, but he also looks like a 1950s greaser. Like he looks like he's about to perform in a production of Grease. Like you can just imagine him going, "Go Grease Lightning, you're going down the quarter mile." So yeah,
that's his character, and he has a metal bat, and he literally fights to protect his executive son and him, but got beaten up by a big giant strong monster. And Guru was actually looking for him, and saw that shit, someone already took him out. All right, I'll go find the next target. Then he literally gets surprised seeing that Metal Bat just walks up and started walking back towards him, saying, "All right, round 2."
Yeah,
and Guru just literally looked at him and said, "Yo, aren't you supposed to be dead?"
Go Grease Lightning.
And then he literally looks at Guru and is like, "Huh? Wait, aren't you that guy that's hunting heroes?
Mm.
And then Garo just took the chance, like, all right, you're badly beaten. I could take you out.
Yep.
But in that whole fight, Metal Bat hold his own, and then Garo figured out what was his true strength was.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he gets beaten hard, he ditches out. Right the same.
Yeah. And and I remember one funny part is at the end of their battle, Metal Bat's sister shows up and she tries to save him, but
No, they did not try to save him. She stopped him from killing Guru because Guru was caught off guard, and literally everyone said in memes and all of the anime posts after reviewing it saying if that little girl did not interrupt Metal Bat, Guru would have been dead and he would have never showed up again.
Yeah, she was the Deus Ex Machina of that fight. Yeah, so
But the funny thing is, when he got beaten by every single villain, and the second that his sister hit him once, he just falls out and plop down. He was done. He was like, okay, she hit me, I'm dead.
Yeah, and so one more thing I think I forgot to mention that I wanted to mention is the character Genos. One thing that I find interesting about him is like his design is so like compared to Saitama, his design is so intricate and detailed, and he looks like a badass like superhero. But most of the time, he's not very effective in the fights. Like most of the fights, he ends up like just getting fucking like destroyed because he's like a robot.
The reason is they really explain it in season 2 when he talks to the doctor. He already explained it. Genos is not thinking ahead. He just rushing forward, not thinking, and just attack by attack. But when he finally gets damaged and everything, he finally starts thinking and starts trying to act up countermeasures with the parts he has left. But and overall, he's what's the word?
Arrogant?
No, he's disabling himself for winning the fight in the first place. Because the doctor literally told Genos to stop charging forth to battles because he can get himself killed. And Genos took the advice, but in reality, he didn't even learn from his mistakes.
Yeah,
but when Saitama does it, tells him he learns from it.
Because Saitama has the skills to pay the bills. With Genos, it always seems like he always like exhausts himself, and that's why he ends up like losing like a lot of his battles.
It's because he doesn't think.
Yeah, he doesn't think, and that's also like one of the things that did kind of bother me about season 2 is that like season 2 kind of relied on the same like story, on like these sort of like story beats over and over again. Like Saitama is only going to show up at like the very end of like the fight or the very end of the conflict and finally save the day, but he's not going to get the recognition. And then Genos, like, he always shows up, he acts like a badass, and he has like a cool fight scene, but at the end of the fight scene he's always going to lose and he's always going to end up fucking like destroyed. And so those were some of the things that kind of bothered me about season 2. I wish like season 2 kind of would have shaken up the story a little bit so that it wasn't too repetitive. But also season 2 also introduced this one character. What was his name? The blonde one, King, the one who's into video games.
King. That's his name.
I kind of liked his character quite a bit because he was just kind of like this nerdy character who looks all tough, but in reality he mostly cares about video games. And I like his little relationship with Saitama, how like they bond over video games.
All right, so the history of King, I'm just gonna like
go ahead, go for it.
So the history of King is not really that strong. He's actually pretty freaking weak.
Nope, he's not.
He's
a
weak.
Puss.
Yeah, he's a wuss. So the history of King is all the battles that he won was won by someone else, but he took the credit. Well, he didn't want to take the credit. He was shoved the credit towards him.
He was at the right place at the right time.
Well, technically, he has the worst luck.
Yeah.
He's always at the wrong place at the wrong time, but receives good fortune from it later on. And he literally has a thing calling the King's Drum, where he's ready to battle. In reality, he's shivering inside, and his heart is pumping really quick
Yeah.
And that's what they call the king's engine. It just goes
Basically like a panic attack.
yeah, but in reality, and what everyone sees is him just looking straight forward, all looking menacing. But in reality, he's scared out of his mind. But in video games, he's a freaking pro. He's like CS:GO had a child with a powerful degenerate, and it just came out in the world.
Damn, son.
Because in CS:GO, everyone's good in their guns. They're always doing trick shots and everything, and that's what King is. He's good with fighting games. He's good with any kind of games he's given.
Yeah,
he can defeat with one person with only one finger, using one hand. It just goes. It goes, brrr, and he defeats the opponent. Even when he's holding back towards Saitama, he defeats him so badly.
So he's the Saitama of video games.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the One Punch Man of like fucking, I don't know, Street Fighter or whatever.
And also, in the anime, they show a scene where King was asked by the association to go out and save the representative, and he was playing the game, and he literally told them like, I'm quite busy fighting my own battles right now. I'm entering this battle. Oh shit. An enemy just showed up. I gotta call you back. And they think that he's fighting in real life, but in reality he's fighting in the video game. And he took it as him fighting already, taking care of shit.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else about season 2 that you want to bring up before we start wrapping it up?
Season 2, the Hero Association, the Monster Association.
Yeah, that's one thing we get introduced.
Yeah, a whole lot of Japanese lore came out there. The electrical maiden, the yokai creatures, they showed up there. The onis, all of that. The Monster Association was Japanese folklore creatures.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that when I like learning about Japanese mythology through these shows.
Oh dude, I love reading them. Mm-hmm. They're so interesting. There's even a monster out there that I haven't seen it in any anime form at all, where there's a creature just watches you, doesn't do anything, just follows you and watches you when you're by yourself in a forest, and he does nothing. He just scares the bejeebies out of you. And there's an older creature that doesn't hurt you at all. She doesn't have no face, but when they reveal the clothing underneath, it's just a mouth where the body part is supposed to be, and just chasing you in all four arms in a weird way, scaring the shit out of you, and it takes that as an amusement.
It reminds me of that one creature from the movie Spirited Away. Have you ever seen Spirited Away?
Yes, we watched it together, I believe.
No, we watched Princess Mononoke. Spirited Away is it's the movie that same director made afterwards. But yeah, like I love learning and experiencing Japanese mythology through these movies and shows, because you know that it's very authentic when like the actual people incorporate it into like their media. So anything else about season 2 before we wrap it up?
We were introduced of the Monster King.
Ooh, the Monster King.
Yeah, and just basically like they just punished the ones that failed their missions and got killed and eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just like everyone was feared of leaving.
All right.
And overall, how the anime ends is their main mission was to scatter the heroes and also capture Guru to put him in the association.
Yeah, but he sort of like rejects them, but at the end they end up saving him anyways.
Yeah, and that's all. That's how the anime ends until
it's like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and until season 3 finally gets announced, coming out.
Do you know when season 3 might come out?
Well, it took a long time for season 2 to finally come out after season 1 came out.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting it to be the exact same time period.
Yeah, because that was kind of the thing, because I want to say One Punch Man, when did it come out? Like 2014? 2015?
I have it in my notes. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, because I know that around the time when season 1 came out, a lot of people were really praising One Punch Man, just because season 1 was just so different from what other animes were doing at the time, because it was taking like all the cliches and all the tropes, it was turning them on their head, it was satirizing, it was cutting out like all the bullshit. It was almost like a postmodern like anime where like they were just like cutting out like all the bullshit and getting just like straight to like what people love about these types of stories and these types of shows. And so people were really praising One Punch Man for telling its story in that way.
Okay, so
mhm.
season 1, episode 1, first release date was on October 4th, 2015.
Okay,
And
2015.
then season 2 was finally announced in 2009. Wait, hold on. Am I reading this?
Do you mean 2019?
19, yeah, 2019 was released.
Okay, so there was like a 4-year gap.
So yeah, so I'm expecting a 4-year gap again for season 3 to come out.
And then how? Okay.
Well, let me actually search this up. I didn't search it out myself, so I'm gonna see within season 3. Okay, so I'm seeing it right here on some sites. It says One Punch Man season 3 announced on August 18, 2022 is officially happening almost 3 years after the second season wrapped up, runs on a small screen, has now been announced to be coming out in the nearest year months.
Mhm.
So it's saying right here that their estimated date of release is next year on the 2nd or 3rd month.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Not too long. The year is almost over, and 2023 is coming up. Okay. What else? Any favorite moments from season 1 or season 2 that you would like to like shout out?
Saitama and Genos' sparring match. That's when Genos wants to see the full the capability of Saitama, and when Genos thought he was taking it, not taking it seriously,
Yeah.
Saitama just gave him the one punch special of death.
Yeah, that's also one thing that I really find interesting about this show is like, like a lot of shows, like traditionally you would have like your hero and then like a threat would come and then that hero would have to do things to like train or like learn a new technique, but not with Saitama. Saitama already is OP. He doesn't need to do any of that stuff.
Like you could say that he was his own man of hype.
Yeah, and one moment that I think we forgot to talk about was during the Deep Sea King, when Muton Rider comes along. Like,
oh yeah, he just got himself bodied.
Yeah.
He didn't even kill him.
Yeah,
mad respect.
But the way that scene plays out, it plays out like I can almost see this play out in like a anime like My Hero Academia, where like the music is very intense. The way that the cuts, the edits, it's edited in such kind of like an epic, dramatic way. And then when Muton Warrior finally gets the courage to like go after Deep Sea King just basically like, boop.
Yeah, it just goes right out. Like, there you go, you're dead now. Bye.
Yeah, and it's like, and I was just like thinking to myself,
bye.
Man, Brody here thought he was the main character.
True. But honestly, it was like a very given from that.
Yeah. No, but it's also very funny because it plays with your expectations of like other animes. Because in another anime, it would be played sincerely. In this anime, it's played for laughs because they're like, fuck this bullshit. Muton Warrior's gonna get his shit fucked up. He's gonna get his cheeks clapped.
Yeah, overall, it was very good because I thought the Sea King was gonna kill him, and I was like, "Oh, there's the end of that character."
You can't get rid of him. We need him for the rest of the series.
Yeah, and also there's a big thing that he always refused his ascension. He does not want to go above his rank he's currently at because he's ranked something rank 1, class something rank 1, and he refused to increase his rank for better plasticity and everything. Because there is a reason why after the Sea King incident, he had his reasons why he doesn't level up. He wants to make sure everyone who levels up after him has good heads on his shoulders. He wants to make sure they're safe, they know what they're doing.
Okay.
He's like the babysitter of the lower class.
What the fuck?
Making sure that they're okay.
All right then. Let's see. I guess we should just give our final thoughts about One Punch Man.
I love it. It was a good anime. I really like that it doesn't follow the trope of characters just
Mhm.
waiting for each other to power up or anything. I
Yeah.
loved that they just went all out. Just the creator started this just as a self project, but he ended it up with a perfect manga and anime.
What would you rate it like out of 10 or something?
10
Oh,
all
you
the
give it
way.
a full 10?
Full 10.
All
It
right.
is one of the animes that really picked my curiosity and interest in
Mhm.
this, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it very much,
Okay.
and it's
Um
like my somewhat guilty pleasure anime that I would like to go back in it again, just to watch it again because it's so good.
Oh yeah, so I really liked season 1. I liked the ways that it was turning anime conventions on their head and subverting expectations. I thought the animation was really good, very funny in a lot of points. I do like season 1 more than I like season 2. I think I would, if I were to rewatch any of the two seasons that are available, I'd watch season 1 way faster than season 2. Season 2 is all right in my opinion. There's a lot of good fights in season 2. I was just missing a lot of the comedy and a lot of the writing that I liked from season 1. But overall, still a good show. I definitely like it better than something like the High School DxD or some shit. And I think I liked it a little bit. Well, no, not a little bit. I think I liked it a lot better than that time I got reincarnated as
As
a
a
slime.
slime.
Yeah.
What,
So if I
what was your reason for that then?
I thought the slime show by the end of it just got too boring for me. Too much exposition, too much focusing on lore and stuff.
Well,
And
it is getting a movie, and season 3 has been announced to come out really soon.
which I'm excited to
Which,
see because
which, so sorry, go for it.
which I'm excited to see because I don't hate the show. I just hated the fact that like the last season was too reliant on exposition rather than doing something interesting.
Well, season 3 is gonna be a whole lot different.
Mhm.
Season 3 is gonna be more focusing on his land again,
Mhm.
but also fighting someone very strong, where he has to be
Mhm.
in the front lines and start fighting, and then
Yeah.
he calls in more demons to fight.
It's just a prank, bro.
It's so good. Like
just a
it
prank.
gets good after a while. It gets really good.
Yeah, no. But if I were to give a rating to like One Punch Man for right now for seasons 1 and 2, I'd probably give it like maybe a 7 out of 10. It's not quite my favorite anime of all time, but it's a very good one, and I think it does a lot. It does a lot of things right. It kind of fumbles, drops the ball on some things in season 2, but I'm excited for season 3 when it comes out. So with that being said, I'm gonna announce our next movie that we're gonna review.
And
So-
what is that, my favorite co-host?
So drum roll. The next movie that we're gonna be reviewing
Is
is the 1997 Paul Thomas Anderson classic Boogie Nights.
oh no, not anime. My
Oh.
women.
Oh, well, you mentioned women. Oh, the Boogie Nights has a lot of women.
They're not animated. Where's the thickness?
There's some pretty. No, actually, no. A lot of the characters are white, so they're not really thick. But anyways,
Ah!
next episode is gonna be Boogie Nights.
Oh my god, we're gonna get boogie with it.
Yeah, we're gonna get boogie. Where we're gonna boogie woogie with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and John
We get
C.
jiggy
Reilly.
with it.
Getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. All right.
And hope you guys like this.
Good night and good luck.
Yeah, good night and good luck. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe, and we see you guys next time.